Hello everybody, my name is PokeChef Nick and I love three things: food, Pokemon, and the love that you guys keep on showing me for the art that I do. In the last video, we made Pokemon based on Sketch, Kush, and Chris, that being Gremlock, Helmet, and Clickshay, respectively. Also, thank you all! Seeing each of you share that video and actually looking at the other videos that we made in the past, commenting on it, and pushing it out there just made my heart race. Medically, you guys are detrimental. You guys blew up the channel again, and we are about 200 hours away from making money on this channel. That is so dang cool. I honestly cannot thank anybody enough. So just thank you. Thank you all for your love and support and enjoying what I do. I just got back from MetroCon with a whole bunch of friends, and I have a few videos planned for that, but first, excuse me for one moment, I do have to do this for the algorithm, the almighty algorithm, please. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and get more Nick in your life. If my voice came through clear enough, the little subscribe button should have done a dance. That's kind of cool. Alright, with that out of the way, let's get 3 more Pokemon done. Also, I do apologize if I sound a little congested. Con plague is a thing and I have it. Don't worry, I've been taking medicine and I continuously stream, so I am not doing much help from me and my voice. As said before, we made 3 lovely little guys for Sketch, Kush, and Chris. You can't say that 3 times fast, I can't even say it 1 time slow. This time, just as a test, I'm going to focus on a single content creator just to see how this works. And that person is none other than DoopieDoOver herself. DoopieDoOver, now known as Doopie Doodles, was best known as one of the talented artists and voice actresses behind Planet Dolan. But even before that, she was an amazing digital artist. Her impressive animation style and chaotic sense of humor helped her build a loyal fan base. Also, for anybody who actually has watched her videos prior, her Mimsy animation is one of my favorites. The Mimsy. Oh, Mimsy. So again, go show support. Afterwards, she continued creating art, animations, and streaming for her own audience ever since. She's actually a VTuber now. Also working on the side, doing fabulous work, doing other things than animation. Fun fact for those who are watching, Doopie and I were actually kind of close friends back in the day. She originally thought I was one of her stalkers. But no, trust me, no. We kind of grew apart as friends sometimes do, but that's not going to stop me from being a big old nerd and making what I guess you would consider fan art to a certain degree. Anywho, down in Whoville, I recommend checking her out on all of her social medias, which will be in the description below. Just fair warning, some are not safe for work. You have been warned, or encouraged. I don't judge. Now let's get back to the actual creation of these fairly fantastic fryings. Alliteration is hard. So for Doopie, I decided to create a 3-stage evolution line, with each Pokemon being based around fairies. But not only that, each one of these will incorporate a defining part of her character design. Her color scheme, her personality, and especially her signature bow all helped push me in that direction towards fairy, cutesy, and, you know, dominating. Girl boss. But speaking of the bow, mostly any drawing that Doopie has made or has been made of her has her signature bow. And it is a big bow. It's almost big enough to be a butterfly. Well, I mean, butterflies are inherently small, so the segue is not great. Unlike our first Pokemon, Tibbin, the timid ribbon Pokemon. The name coming from timid and ribbon. Tibbin disguises itself as an ordinary hair bow to avoid detection from those around it, quietly weaving itself into the hair of people and Pokemon alike. It feeds on the negative emotions and doubts of its wearer, leaving them feeling happier long after it has slipped away. The colors of each one of these Pokemon will be based off of her model. Also behind the scenes, a long time ago on my other channel, Nictonius, I asked her to pick 3 colors for me, and this is also the colors that she chose. For the shinies, I incorporated a little bit of her old design. Her skirt was a darker gray with a bunch of different red roses on it, being able to be incorporated into a really good shiny. The darkness with the beautiful reds and pinks really bring out the desirable side of these shinies. I could honestly see myself hunting these if they were actually in-game. Out of every shiny I've made so far, these may be my favorite. Design-wise, she is about as bow-like as a creature could be. When you really think about it, bows are kind of like butterflies, and butterflies are kind of like fairies, and fairies are kind of like bows, if you close your eyes and don't think about what a fairy is, but instead, think of a bow. It just works! And honestly, this is one of the fun parts about designing Pokemon. You can take something as simple as a bow and just keep asking yourself, okay, but what if it was a living creature? Where are you guys going? That's basically how half of these things are made at this point. You take a stupid idea, stare at it for long enough in the tub. Hi. Or shower. Can you please go away? Public pool.
All right, for some reason the public pool was not open today. I don't know why. So this right here is the best that I had.
And eventually you have a Pokemon. Most of my ideas come when I'm wet. Hashtag not that type of channel. For the next stage, I thought I would be able to lean more into the human-like anatomy. Which, by the way, these 3 fakemon were made before Gremlook, who is more human-shaped. Just another sneak peek of how many things go on in the background and absolutely nothing has a schedule. At some point, I need to pause on drawing new ones and just make content for the 50 or so fakemon that I already have. But will that ever happen? Doubtful. When the brain's an itchin', I gotta draw. But enough of this tangent, back to Doopie. Next we have Bonita, the graceful bow Pokemon. I like this name a lot, it's extremely cute and clever. Bonita in Spanish is commonly used to mean pretty or beautiful, and it can be used casually to compliment someone or something, like a person, a dress, scenery, or really anything you think looks nice.
Do you or do you not feel bonita?
I feel bonita.
Wonderful, because you look bonita.
So I took bow and Bonita, and we have Bonita, but with bow in the name. You get the idea. Bonita uses its flowing ribbon-like wings to create beautiful patterns that reflect its mood and emotions. It is highly empathetic and will often adjust its ribbons to match the feelings of those around it. Many trainers believe a bow tied by Bonita carries a blessing that strengthens friendships. It has a signature move of Ribbon Embrace, which is a fairy-type move. This traps the opponents, causing them to lose 1/8 of their HP in one stage of attack for 3 turns. Also, just to let you know, the first time that I drew this, her eyes were not shiny and one of them was a little bit off, so it did look semi-demonic. You're welcome. So Tippin grows a face and becomes way more fairy-like, while still keeping the giant bow as main focus of the design. At this point, I wanted the evolution line to start feeling less like an actual bow that happens to be alive and more like a fairy creature that happens to be obsessed with bows. And that's where Bonita starts bridging the gap between the simple, timid little ribbon creature and the final form that we're going to talk about in about 2 sentences. Did I say 2? I meant 1. That brings us to our final stage. Because if you've been paying attention to the regression here, we've gone from bow to fairy to now I introduce the Queen of Fairies. The final stage being Bodis, the royal bow Pokemon. The name comes from bow, goddess, and bodice, which is somewhat inspired by the top portion of clothing. For those who don't know, fun time to learn! A bodice is a fitted part of the dress or gown that covers up the torso, usually from the waist to the bust, and designed to shape or support the upper body, which Bodice has in her design. You just can't see it because it's hidden behind all the hair and of course the bows. Despite its appearance, Bodice remains gentle and caring. It often watches over groups of smaller Pokemon, using its ribbons to comfort those who are frightened or lost. Many creatures consider seeing a Bodice a sign of good fortune, as they are believed to appear only when harmony is present. It is said to inspire confidence, happiness, and courage in those who see and hear them, and it keeps the signature move Ribbon Embrace. When she's finally fully evolved, the most elegant fairy of all fairies has arrived. Now equipped with 3 beautiful little bells, similar to what you would find on a cat or kitten. Those bells aren't just because I thought they looked cute. I'm not going to explain that one. If you know, you know. And if you don't, well, we have a magical fairy tool called Google. It'd be funny if she still used that old camera I gave her. But that is it. We now have 3 new Pokemon to add to our decks, each one of them being a single content creator. Let me know in the comments below what you guys thought. Do you want me to do more solo content creators? Do you want me to do groups of content creators? Do you want me to kind of mix or match? Or do you want me to just choose one or the other? This has been extremely fun. I've been showing Doopie the progress of all these Pokemon, and it's fun to actually get to talk to her again. And as always, I will ask you guys, if I had to make more Pokemon for content creators, doesn't need to be just PokeTubers, let me know in the comments below. I love reading your comments, even the ones that accuse me of making them out of AI, which, hey, everybody knows that I start my design process with a 3D model, then I have a time lapse of me drawing them, and also we stream me drawing them. Unless I'm that good at AI and making it one line at a time with AI. Heads up, not AI. That's my only nitpick right there. I hate being called AI. It's awful. But that is our video for today. I will see you guys at whatever I do next time. Also keep an eye out because I do have an art challenge coming up soon. Hopefully maybe tomorrow, if I have the time. Love you guys most, and as always, bon appetit.